up, tallywhackers? Ice auger blades, handheld style. They're in pretty bad shape. I'm just going to basically show you real quick how I maintain mine, and I get a lot of extra life out of these things instead of buying new ones. But these are old, like probably real old, many years old, and I just keep sharpening them. And they've been lasting me. Getting older and it's harder to drill holes, so you got to keep these things sharp. And I went out today, and I tell you what, one hole is enough, and I usually do quite a few. But anyway, this is just how I do it. First off, get your blades off your auger. Mine takes a 8 millimeter or a 5/16 inch. It doesn't matter, they both fit. And then I get myself some sandpaper. I'm going to start with 600. This will knock off a lot of the hard burrs and form a shape of something that I can work with. This is wet or dry sandpaper. It usually doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Glass is a great idea to lay your paper on and make sure there's nothing behind it. No little pieces of particles of anything. It makes humps, and it doesn't come out as right if you want this thing to be exact. And that makes a huge difference when you're cutting ice with a sharp object. You want these things as sharp as possible. And I got some 1000, which I'm going to finish up with these. You can go all the way up to 3000 grit or better. It will actually give you a sharper edge than when you first bought these things brand new and you thought they were sharp, and probably be sharper than a razor. So let's just get started. Never take off one side. This side. Don't take anything off the bottom side. Otherwise it will not dig, and it will just sit on top of the ice and just start scraping small stuff off. You want this thing to dig, and you want it to be sharp, and you want it to work quickly. So this is just from what I gather. I'm not telling you guys what to do or how stuff works. This is not a how-to video. This is how I do video. But anyway, you only want to take off this one edge, and you don't want to contour this edge to be round. You want it to be perfectly flat, as much as flat as possible. Now, another difficult part of this is it's got a crown to it. Now, it's hard to lay this thing flat and just shape it when it's got a crown to it. So you'll have to work it back and forth on that flat edge continuously. This is a process. It's not a long process, but if you get bored easy, you're not going to finish this process. But I do. Saves me money. These ain't that expensive, but over the years I've probably saved hundreds of dollars by buying a couple pieces of sandpaper. I went with using 1000 grit to start off with and to finish with for a long time, and it takes a long time. I figured out that using a coarser grit that's not too aggressive works quicker, knocks it down quicker, gets it in a shape to where I can finally tune it. But this flat edge right here, the cutting edge, you can find it by rocking this thing. It's right there. Now, I spread my fingers out on the ends and rock it back and forth, like so, when I'm sharpening. Now, this stage doesn't matter. You don't have to go forward all the time. You don't have to do one certain motion off the side and forward all the time. I just work a circle. It's easier to get that sucker knocked down really good on that front edge. And me personally, I find it easier to work one side of the blade at a time, so I can focus on one half of it rather than the whole thing. Trying to rock it all the way back from one side to the other, it takes some skill, I guess. I don't know. And the older I get, the less I want to do that. So we're going to do one half. I'm going to see if it looks different than the other side. Now, I'm sure it's going to. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know. Yeah, that made quite a difference right there, just doing that. it's already sharper on this 1/2. I can't see much of the nicks in the actual point of the blade. So, but that's what I do. Oh, that's nice and sharp. And then your final, once you do this, get it to where you want it, which takes a while. Don't think it's done. You can see the tip of the blade. Make sure you can't see the tip of the blade. If you can see the tip of the blade, it's not sharp. You've done this stage, you've done your 1000 grit. You lay this on the bottom side, and you find that flat spot, because it's got one too, and you do one pull back. That's it, you're done. It takes that slight burr off the very edge of that, which it's gone over here where I sharpened it, but it's not gone where I haven't sharpened it. That edge is folded over and it's duller than all get out. That's how I do it. Easy as that. You can do it however you want. You want to take a grinder to it, fine. You want to try and get a really fine point by smashing it with a hammer, that's more than, you're more than welcome to do that. I probably won't be using your auger though. I'd rather just use mine. Never had a power auger. I've always drilled holes by hand. 6-inch auger. For as long as I can remember. Just keep your blade sharp, and it's not that big of a job. So there you go. That's how I do it. See you later. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I don't know why that's so hard to say, but just do that. Thanks for watching, Tally Go.